All right, y'all. Welcome back. Next segment, 3 the hallway. We keeping it basketball. On our page, our social media, we had a best scorer competition, and I want to say this before we get too deep into this conversation. We took the top 20 scorers recognized at the point of the season when we ended our show. At that point, Kevin Durant had not played the necessary amount of games to be considered in that top 20. Kevin Durant did not make this list. But the last two people on the list was James Harden and Steph Curry. I believe James Harden edged Steph out.
Don't do that.
Other way around. Steph edged
Curry.
James out. Excuse me. Steph edged James out. It was tight though. It was like 55% to 45%. It was tight. And we here to discuss it. The fans say Steph Harden is the better scorer than James Harden.
What did he say?
Steph Harden is the better scorer. Steph Harden is the better. Steph Harden is the better. Steph Curry is the better scorer than James Harden. What do you guys say?
That's what they say.
So they say. A lot of people say it, though.
You know who I'm going with? Steph Curry with the pot, boy.
Tell me why.
Mr. Shimmy and
Chef Curry with the pot, boy.
I feel like Steph Curry is a better shooter than James Harden. He's definitely a better three-point shooter than James Harden. Let me say this. Steph Curry has had 22 games we shot and made over 10 threes. The next person underneath him is Klay Thompson with 5. That feat right there alone. On top of that, over his career, he shot over 40% behind the arc, right? And then on top of that, he shoots above 80-something clip at the free throw line and shoots over 40% or 44% from field goal. Now, when we talk about on an efficiency level, I'm not just talking about people just jacking up shots, right? Like James Harden does, or getting to the free throw line and getting buckets there, right? I'm talking about scoring and hitting shots on a consistent basis. Right. If Steph Curry were able to get to the line as much as James Harden was, that this conversation wouldn't even be happening right now. Right? But with that being said, I am giving credit to James Harden for having skill, because that is a skill to get fouled and get drawn to the free throw line.
I'm just hearing some credit, but go ahead.
I'm giving him credit. However, I have seen this season when people are standing into Steph's landing space and they're not calling it, and James Harden would get that call. Steph said it, and that's why he got a tech maybe 2 games ago. He's like, yo, this is ridiculous. So with that being said, I think that Steph Curry can score from more spots on the floor. He can score from the baseline. He can score from mid-range. James Harden is limited to the top of the perimeter. You don't see James Harden in many sets when he goes to the corner. You don't see James Harden in many sets when he goes to the left wing, right? James Harden is predominantly at the top of the key, making screen and rolls and things of that nature. Steph Curry can hit you on backdoor cuts. Steph Curry can play off the ball. I don't see James Harden doing that stuff. And on top of that, Steph Curry scored 62 points in a game, has more points than James Harden as a career high. Just saying. Those are just some of the reasons why I got Steph as a better scorer than James Harden.
Rob, you want to jump in or you want me to jump in?
Nah, I'm definitely going to jump in, man. I'm going to give you 3 names. Wilt, Mike, and Harden. Those are the 3 top scoring averages of all time. Wilt got his own different record book. He has his own different record book. Then you got Mike with 36, 37.9 a night. James Harden averaged 36. That's higher than Kobe. And that's my dog. Then you got Rick Barry, Michael Jordan again, Kareem. And then you go a little further down the list. James Harden again. 34 points tonight. You can't tell me this man ain't the Kobe score.
This is in the season.
This is in the season, yes, in the season. Steph Curry's highest was 31.93, and that's this year. So Steph's best year is still 3 points less than James Harden's second.
What's the clip? What is the clip that James Harden shoots?
I'm about to finish. I ain't done with you.
Take me out. It's my turn.
You told me it was my turn.
Number 2, you talk about
Was he shooting 30%?
listen, man.
What was he doing?
Buckets. When you can skillfully force your way to the free throw line and do it in a durable way. This is like the first season James Harden ever really got hurt for an extended period of time. So you can say, oh, well, you get all these fouls and all that stuff. It takes contact and going to the rack. So that's another skill, durability, that James Harden has over Stephen Curry. And number 3, you talk about Steph Curry doing all these. He can score from anywhere. He can shoot from deep. Well, this man got a double patented step back, just like Steph Curry. And he made it all by himself. So I ain't trying to hit none of that stuff. Harden can score from the mid-range. He can get to the rack. He can shoot the deep ball. He can shoot off the dribble. He don't really catch and shoot, but that ain't his game no more. But he can do all the other stuff better than Steph Curry. That's all I got to say.
Oh, man. This was interesting because I was hoping that one of your arguments would sway me a direction because it's really tough. And by the end of my argument, I'm gonna keep it short as I can. I'm gonna say who I think is the better scorer. I looked at Steph and I looked at James, and I put in green light situations, they're both golden. When they were handed the keys to the team, James Harden was 2-time MVP, 3-time scoring champ, in the playoffs, top seed most of the times. On the other end, Steph Curry, championship 73-9. Other championships, and then this year when I look at it this year, it's more of a put the team on your back situation. James Harden has been in those situations twice, and he's been a scoring champion both of those years. I wouldn't consider last year one of those situations because he had someone else that was predominantly a scorer in Russell Westbrook. But Steph Curry, when it was just him and Clay before Clay became who he was, they went 73-9. They were a championship team. And then this year, with no one, essentially, Draymond's not a great offensive player. He leads the league in scoring. I think that's extremely important to say when it comes to his scoring. I think Steph has a more consistent float game, better three-point shooter, more rangier than James Harden. But and like you said, John, yeah, he can go around the screens. He can do the elevator screens and come off the baseline and run around all day, Ray Allen type of stuff. But he can't go 1-on-5 like James Harden. James Harden, to look at all 5 of the guys looking at him, knowing that he's taking 37 shots. And there's nights where he'll hit 22 of them. So what? Double team. You know it's coming and still get 10, 12 assists. I think that's important to note too. As a scorer, he knows how to find the open guy. And he's still, we're talking, it's not like he was just getting 30, like those 36s that you say, Rob. Those were coming with 8+ assists, 9+ assists a season as well. So I think James Harden, although Steph may be more
that's because of his style of play, though.
He may be more versatile, but James Harden has Steph Curry's more versatile, but James Harden has definitely patented his craft. Before the double step back, there was only one person Euro stepping like James Harden. That was D Wade. Other than that, James Harden, and some can make the argument that James Harden Euro step was better than D Wade's because the fact that he's 6'7" and 250+. He's a big guy. He's 6'7", and like you said, John, yeah, he goes to the line, but he can demand that. Steph Curry had to go to the line as much as James Harden. He wouldn't make it through the season. He wouldn't because his body's not built for that. James Harden's body is built for that, and that's part of scoring. The fact that when you do step up, I can get to the cup, keep you on my hip, still create the contact from your center or you, and still finish the bucket. I think that's extremely important. I think his crossover game is better than Steph Curry's, but I also think Steph Curry's layup package is wilder than James Harden. I think Steph Curry can make tougher layups than James Harden can. He can live under the rim better. Yes, I think James Harden's crossover package is better than Steph Curry.
Harden does not have a better handler than Steph Curry. Are you crazy? The 2 best handlers in the league right now is Kyrie and Steph. Everybody knows that.
I never knew that.
I don't think everybody knows that. I don't think that's an everybody conversation. Where's Steph Curry putting people on their butt and looking at them and waiting for Wesley Johnson to get up before he shoots the 3?
Harden one-on-one here. Yeah, James doubling up the Clippers. Clean up on aisle 3. Clean up on aisle 3.
Do we forget what he did to Chris? Did we forget what happened to Chris Paul on the sideline?
And the bench is loving it. Coming at Chris Paul, takes it out under the basket, and suddenly goes 2 times behind his back to leave Paul.
And what happened to Rubio 3 or 4 times?
He did that right before the half, or he could drive on it.
We can go toe for toe with how many times James Harden has dropped somebody and how many times Steph Curry's made somebody look silly. I'm not saying Steph Curry
dropped people too.
I would put James Harden handle 1 ring above Steph Curry. I got Steph Curry is 3rd in the best handles in the league. James Harden's dribble package, his dribble package is stronger. It gets him what he wants. Steph Curry doesn't have to dribble to get what he wants. He can run around people. James Harden's dribble to get what he wants while 5 people are looking at him with the ball. I think I'm going with Harden, bro. As a better scorer. I think I'm going with Harden. I think Steph Curry is the better. I think Steph Curry is the better player. I think Steph Curry is the better winner. I think he shows up bigger in the moments. I take Steph Curry in a game 7 over James Harden in a game 7. I take Steph's leadership over James Harden's leadership. But if we talk about scoring the basketball, and John, it's funny to hear you talk about all this efficiency when Carmelo Anthony is your favorite player. And he was considered the best scorer in the league at some points, and he was never efficient.
Why have you lost your mind? Because I'll help you find it.
He can score the basketball. Can you stop him? No. And that's what it is with James Harden. Can you stop him? No. He showed that 3 times in the league with scoring championships. And I'm going to go with James slightly over Steph Curry. But
I'm going to say this last piece. I'm done. I'm going to say this last piece and I'm done. It was a point in time where everybody was on the computer and they heard the timeline. Curry eruption. And everything stopped. Everybody went to go watch that man. This man drops 39 points in 3 quarters and gets benched. Mm-hmm. Now imagine if you would have played the last quarter. You don't think he could have went for 70? It's multiple times when Steph Curry could have went for 70 points a game. I'm just going to leave it there, bro. Because when a man get hot, you can't stop him. It don't matter who you guard him, how you play him. He's not going to do the crazy crossover. His release is too quick. He can do however you want it. There's times when Steph Curry is just unguarded.
He's hot. Klay Thompson is hot. He's hot. Klay has 60 and he got benched too.
He got 60 points in a triple-double. Only player ever. So I hear you 70. I hear that. But 60 in a triple-double. Imagine if he didn't throw oop to Capella and finish the and 1. Just imagine.
It's his playing style, Rob. It's his playing style. He has to have the ball in his hand.
You gotta move on.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
You gotta have all your hands.
You gotta move on. You gotta move on. Another topic in the Eastern Conference. John, John and Rob, we kind of
see the background
that we had before. Earlier this season, the conversation was who you taking, who's better, who's the guy, Sabonis from the Indiana Pacers, or Randall from John New York Knickerbockers? Who you got? Who's better? Go ahead, y'all. Sway me. I already know y'all on 2 different sides of the fence.
Listen, man, if you want to know a head-to-head of what they do against each other, and especially in the skills category, just look at the skills competition. Sabonis smacked this man, Julius Randle, and then he went on to smack Doncic, and he smacked everybody else. That's number 1. Number 2, John, I remember you saying scoring and hitting shots on a consistent basis. Would you say that field goal percentage is a good indicator of hitting shots on an efficient basis? Well, I'll tell you, Sabonis' field goal percentage is 53.6%. Your boy, Julius Randle, is 46%. Boy, that's 7 percentage points. Okay, let's go else. Let's look at rebounds, because that's a big man stat. You know, the big man got to score, block shots, get rebounds, set picks, right? Rebounds one of the key things. Sabonis averages 12 rebounds a night. Julius Randle averages 10. Let's look at assists, because, you say Julius Randle is such a good playmaker. He's really improved. This is one of his best years, one of the best passing big man in the NBA.
Oh, brother, whoa. Now, you got too much dip on your chip.
I ain't going to go that far. Sabonis averages 6.5. Julius Randle averages 5.9. So I just don't understand. One of these players is a 2-time All-Star. One just got their first All-Star game. I don't get it, man. There's not much of a competition. And you can say, I'm going to pull a John. You can say, well, he averages more points. He averages 23.9 points a night. Well, he also leads the league in minutes. He also takes like 3 point some more shots more than Sabonis and shoots at a less efficient clip. So imagine if Sabonis was on the Knicks. How many more shots would he have under Tom Thibodeau, who likes to play his players all the time? Imagine that. And it's Sabonis is this is his first year of not winning basketball as the man of the Pacers. You know what I mean? Like
I only been there 3.
Listen,
make it seem like he been there forever.
Cool. He been there 3. He been in the playoffs twice. Has Julius Randle played a playoff game yet?
Go ahead, man. We don't got a lot of time. John, go ahead.
I just gotta laugh. So he said is a shooting clip, a good part of a shooting clip is 58%, right? Or 53%. I wonder how much he's shooting at the free throw line. Where you at? 72%. Boy, get to the line and he brick it. You can't put that man on the line to win a game. They fouling him. Who you fouling? Automatic foul. How been fouling Sabonis to get to the line? And let me tell you something else. He ain't stepping out to shoot the 3 either. Because he's shooting 31% behind the arc. And guess what Julius Randle's shooting? Around 40. So who's a better scorer offensively? We're talking about skill set. We're talking about also down the stretch. Let me also tell you something. Winning. The Knicks are 2-1 against your great Indiana Pacers, who was supposed to be the team of the East. In the beginning of the season, Rob, you said that the Knicks wouldn't even make the playoffs. And they're beating the Indiana Pacers, who were the 4th seed last year, and Sabonis at the helm as a franchise leader, and he can't get into the play. He's having trouble getting into the play-in game?
No, they ain't the play-in game. Don't do that.
This is Sabonis' first year when he has
when the Mets made the playoffs and the Mets made the play-in game, you said they made the playoffs. So don't switch the narrative now.
I'll let you have your time to shine uninterrupted. I would like to have my time back.
Take me out. It's my turn.
I'll jump in. Rob, I hear your argument for Sabonis. I think he's a good player. He came from OKC, Russell Westbrook. I think Russell Westbrook definitely helped him blossom into what he is now. But I will say this: was he the? I'm asking you, was he the starter team last year?
I would say he was. He
was the number 1 guy of the team last year.
Oladipo was hurt, so he took over the mantle.
Okay, so it was more of a him and Oladipo, a passing of the torch, in a sense. Would you say he's the star of the team this year?
I would say he's the star.
Sound like a fumble with a torch. Sound like he fumbled, he dropped it, and everything burned.
And now we know they have a lot of injuries going on over there. They have a lot of things over there. Harrison LeVert is
Oladipo was hurt again. Miles Turner was hurt.
But I'll say this: Sabonis in the lineup, 27 and 32. Sabonis outside of the lineup, they're a winning basketball team. They're 5-4. The Knicks, on the other hand, at the end of the day, we can all clearly say this is Julius Randle's team. Right? Fair to say? This is his team.
Sure.
It's his team. They're 8 games over 500. He's the guy that they look at the fourth quarter. He's the guy that they look at to bring them home. And for what it's worth, this year I got to give it to him. He's doing that. So for me, off of the winning alone, granted, we got all these numbers. Both of them take a lot of shots for their team. Yes, Sabonis is more efficient, but is he efficient when it matters most? Can he bring the game home? And under 500 record, he has not. 27 and 32. When the team doesn't have him on the floor, they've done it 5 out of 9 times. They're 5-4. So we're not talking about a 3-game stretch. We're talking about 9 games where they're 5-4. So on the other end, Julius Randle, 37 minutes a game, leading the league in minutes. Durable, hasn't missed as many bonus, and they're 8 games over 500. So as of right now, I'm gonna give it to Julius. I would give it to Julius Randle.
I got one more thing to say. When you're good, other good players want to play with you. I don't hear people saying, "I'm gonna go to Indiana and go play." I hear people saying, "I'm going to I want to come to the Knicks." People saying they want to come to the Knicks.
That's
all I'm gonna say.
He was
Tell him something, Joe.
He was so good that when y'all signed him, y'all was mad that y'all got him. And who wanted to come play with y'all then? Or when he was in New Orleans, who wanted to come play with him then?
Hey.
No. Because when you're good, other people want to come play with you.
We'll see. I don't, John. This is you being a Knicks fan taking it too far.
I don't mean he wasn't an all-time great. I'm tired of this John, man.
All right, y'all. We out of time. We got to move on to our next topic. Football is on the menu. We'll be back. More 3 the Hard Way.